Hello, welcome back to French with a Twist. I am Claire from France.
And I'm Jacob from England. And if you're new here, welcome guys. We're very happy to have you here. This podcast is following me on my French learning journey as I try to get to a conversational level as fast as I can, starting from knowing basically nothing in episode 1 and going all the way up to conversational level following our Languages with a Twist system, which is a very simple start-to-finish course of around 150 topics split into 3 levels of 50 topics each, which just gives you everything you need to be conversational. And I know it does because I've done this already for English and learning Czech myself as well. So it just gives you everything you need in the order you should learn it, and that's exactly what we're doing here on the podcast. So right now we are about halfway through level 1. Today we're going to be officially halfway through level 1. So we're getting somewhere. And the idea is by the end of level 1, you should have enough for basic conversation. And then we're going to level 2, and by the end of that, it should be technically good conversation. And then level 3 is all those little small things. And by the end of that, it should be properly conversational. And this is going to take years.
Are you ready for this?
But why not? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So we're going to start off today with a little bit of clarification time from last time, make sure we understand what's going on. Yes. And then we're going to continue with the course. And today we're going to look at how it works when you have 2 verbs together and make sure we know those top 8 verbs that you have to conjugate. So, and one thing to mention is what we're doing is once I understand each topic properly, we're going to make a video of it on YouTube. So you can check out our YouTube channel. The links for everything are in the description. And that's where you can get the short 5 to 10 minute condensed version of the topic with everything nicely worked out. And we also make a summary of every topic and stick it into our beautiful leaflet. So for every level 1, 2, 3, we have these beautiful little leaflets. They are beautiful, right, Claire?
They are very beautiful.
And I use them.
The colors are amazing.
Something else. And this means you don't have to memorize anything, because for me, if you're anything like me, I can't remember things. But I'm very good at looking at things when I need to use them. So that's what the leaflets are for, and you can download them on the website as well. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay guys, welcome back to learning time. So clarification time. So we've been working on learning these top 8 verbs that you need to conjugate. So one of our ways of learning is rather than trying to learn all the verbs from day 1, learn the 8 that are most used, which is I think, I hope, I know, I understand, I want, I would like, I need, and I like. So we've gone through all those verb conjugations. So I thought maybe we can start off, Claire, with just you giving me a couple of sentences in English that me and the listeners will try and turn into French that start with one of those 8 verbs. And if you want, I can share my laptop with you here.
Yes, I don't think
so. You can see these 8 verbs here.
Right.
And just a sentence that uses one of these.
So I give you the English, you give
me
the French?
The English one, yeah. And I really I've made all this crash course vocab. So we can use any of these nouns, other verbs, adjectives.
So I can use all of this?
Any of that stuff, yeah.
All right. So give me the verbs.
Maybe let's start. Let's go through one of each. Let's start with a I think sentence.
Okay. I think your apartment is very nice.
Okay, I'm missing the word apartment. What is that?
Appartement.
Appartement. Okay, so I think. Je pense que ton appartement est très beau.
Beau.
Beau. And then can you say it?
Je pense que ton appartement est très beau.
Je pense
que ton appartement.
So the liaison between the ton and appartement.
Yeah.
So je pense que ton appartement est très beau.
Est très beau.
I think it's a good thing to get used to for them always to hear it from me and then you.
Yeah.
Okay, next one up. Next verb to conjugate is to hope.
I hope that you can stay in this apartment.
J'espère que tu peux rester dans this would be cet appartement.
Cet appartement.
Je pense que tu peux rester dans cet appartement.
It's good. It will be better with the future, but we haven't learned it, so
Okay.
let's move on.
So can you say that bad version?
Yes, j'espère que tu peux rester dans cet appartement. The better version would be j'espère que tu pourras rester dans cet appartement.
Okay. Good to know. Lovely. Okay, next one up is to know, savoir.
I know that you like dogs.
And dog is chien.
Yes.
I got that one from school.
Chien.
Chien. And two, like dogs. It's the same.
Tu
'Cause you said dogs.
dogs. Yeah, same. We add an S in writing, but we don't say it, so it's the
Okay.
same.
So je sais que tu aimes les chiens.
Perfect. Je sais que tu aimes les chiens.
Nice. Cool. Okay, now next one, to understand.
I understand. I understand. I understand many. I understand a few. I understand 4 languages.
And the word for language is?
Langue.
Long. Okay. So, je comprends 4. This is all in our leaflet. Quatre.
4.
Langue.
Nice. Je comprends 4 langues.
So the word for language and languages is the same?
Yes.
Okay.
And
nice.
the word for tongue.
That's the word for tongue?
Yes. Tongue.
Oh, that's nice.
And language.
It's the same in Czech, you know.
Yes, jazyk.
Language and tongue. Yeah, jazyk. Long. Okay, nice. Now on with I want.
I want.
And by the way, it can be also questions. You can say, do you want, or whatever. Anything we've done so far.
Do you want to go on holidays?
Est-ce que tu veux aller en vacaciones? No, en vacances.
En vacances.
En vacances.
Nice.
Is that it?
Yes.
Can you say it?
Est-ce que tu veux aller en vacances?
Very nice. Very nice. Cool. So en vacances, to go on holiday. Okay. Next one up is to would like. Just gonna close the window.
I would like, or we would like to have a coffee.
Okay. So I'm guessing this would be on voudrait, to have. But you say to have a coffee is prendre. Or
Yes, you can say prendre.
On voudrait prendre un café.
Nice. On voudrait prendre un café.
Is that a normal thing to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can say drink a coffee.
But isn't it more natural just to say like je voudrais un café?
Yes.
But you could add the prendre.
You could add that. It's like in English, right? You could say I'd like to have a coffee, or I'd like a coffee.
No one's going to get angry with me if
No.
I add
No.
prendre. That's my main thing. I don't want people to get angry with me, especially French people.
French are feisty.
Have we even had an episode since I got back from Nice?
No, I want to hear.
Okay,
about
we'll talk about that in a minute. Then.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
yes.
So let's just keep finishing through our list. So that's to would like, to need.
They need to close the shop.
Okay. So to need is avoir besoin. Besoin. Besoin de. So ils ont besoin de close. I don't have in my list of verbs. What is close?
Fermer.
Fermer. Le shop. I had to le magasin.
Perfect. Ils ont besoin de fermer le magasin.
Very nice. That's cool. And we've got one more, which is the verb to like.
I like going skiing.
I like going skiing. So j'aime aller skiing.
Skier.
Skier,
You can put the verb.
which is what?
Skier.
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 Skier. J'aime
J'aime.
aller skier.
Or you can say j'aime aller au ski.
J'aime aller au ski. And au means
Aller.
aller. So it's I like to go to the ski.
Yes, and ski is used as an activity.
Okay, good. Awesome. So those are the 8 verbs that we
Yes.
think are the ones that you have to conjugate. You can't really live without those ones. Because most other verbs that we have on our leaflet here, verbs like to ask, to drink, to eat, to find, you can use them either as the second verb, like I want to eat, I need to ask, or you can stick them after a modal verb, like can I ask, can I order, I have to speak to him. So you can kind of get by with just knowing the infinitives for a while until you learn all the conjugation patterns. And then you're good to go. This is like a good starting point. So first topic of the day, Claire. Oh yeah, maybe we can talk about Nice a little bit.
Yes, tell me about this.
I failed so bad.
What do you mean?
I kept mixing up Spanish and French. I kept saying gracias and sí. And then when I came back and did the Spanish podcast with Diego, I kept saying oui, oui, oui. It was a real mess. But the first day I was in Nice, firstly, it was a lovely place, very nice. I managed to do a French sentence. I went into a wine bar and they had a wine tasting or something. And I asked them, je peux vous demander combien ça coûte?
Yes.
And she actually understood me.
Nice,
and
of
she
course she
complimented.
did.
And I was but that's like a test, you know. Like when you're using it for the first time in the wild.
Yes.
You've got no idea if they're
In
going to
the
understand.
wild.
You've got no
I love
idea if they're going to understand. And they did.
Yes.
And then it turns out she spoke Spanish as well.
Ah, perfect.
Because I saw a little sign like, we speak English, Spanish, and French.
Right,
And,
so-
I was like, hablas español también? And she was like, yeah. I think she was so shocked.
Yes.
Like an English guy
Yes.
speaking something other than
Well,
English.
why
I felt
not?
good. But that was the highlight and the only highlight.
So then did you continue in Spanish or?
Then I left the shop.
Okay.
I was like, I'm done. Thank you. Going away now. And apart from that, I was just trying to order things. One question I did have for you was how they say, because I was using my restaurant vocab that we've got on the leaflet here, and it was kind of working, more or less. La carte, s'il vous plaît, that worked. C'est tout, merci, that worked. I did not understand them when they were clearly asking me if I want the receipt.
Right.
How do you say, do you want the receipt?
Le reçu.
Le reçu.
Le reçu ou la note. Vous voulez la note? Vous voulez le...
They were saying a word that sounded a lot more like the English word receipt.
Le reçu then. Reçu.
Reçu.
That's R-E-C with the little leg U. Le reçu.
Vous voulez le reçu.
Yeah.
So the C with a little tail on it.
Yes.
That's a S sound.
Yes, because without it, without it, if it's in front A, O, and U, then it's K.
Okay.
So if you want it to sound like a S in front of A, O, and U, you have to put the little leg, which
Okay.
we call cédille.
C'est dit. Okay. So it's a S sound. Reçu.
Reçu.
Vous voulez le reçu?
Le reçu.
Reçu. Okay. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really speak much French. I tried a little bit, but I didn't have my leaflet printed out,
Yeah.
which was a bit of a problem.
Did they speak English?
They did,
Yeah,
and they were
because
much
it's quite
friendlier.
touristic there, right?
Yeah, I think that's why they were friendly. They were very friendly to me. I went to the same place for coffee and croissant every morning, and good croissant. Good croissant. I had pain au chocolat actually, and good coffee, and nice French people. I love the French.
Really?
At least
a lot of people don't like us.
the 4 of them that I met, they were really nice. Yeah.
Did you go around Nice? Did you explore or
Yeah,
just...
so obviously explored Nice itself.
Yes.
Spent a lot of time on the beach, in those little sort of beach.
Did you walk on la promenade des Anglais?
Yes, and I only found out halfway through that it's called that, and I
Yes.
looked at why it's called that as well. Because
I don't know, actually.
it was back in the 1800s. The English
Right.
royalty used to go there in wintertime, like
Right.
Victoria and Albert or someone used to go there. So they built that thing for them,
Right.
for all the noblemen and stuff. And and then we also went to Monaco.
Nice.
So Monaco was interesting.
What did you think of Monaco?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I thought it was great.
I don't like it. It's so intense, like those modern buildings. But then, apart from that, there are beautiful things, and the coast is amazing. But
The old town
Monaco
bit,
is very intense.
the old town bit where you go
Yeah.
up the thing on top of the mountain
yeah.
bit, that was lovely.
And
That
there
was
is
really
a nice garden, right?
Yeah.
A botanical
a beautiful little garden, and they had some Czech stuff in the garden. There was a chair for Václav Havel in there.
Oh, really?
We live in Czech Republic, so that
Yes.
was nice
Nice.
little thing. But no, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't want to live there. I wouldn't want to be there for more than a day.
Yeah.
But just seeing it was
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And then we went to a little French, what's it called? Little French village called. It was written E-Z-E.
Ez.
Ez. I kept calling it easy. Okay, so
Yeah.
Ez.
Ez.
Went to Ez. We should really be speaking French, shouldn't we, really? But I don't have to say this stuff. Je suis allé.
Yes.
Je suis allé à Ez.
Nice. Oui.
Et j'ai eu, I had.
Yes.
We had. On eu.
On a eu.
On a eu. So we got to Ez, and it turns out that Ez is on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
You know about this
Yeah,
place?
yeah, I know Ez.
But
They
the train.
make perfume there. I don't know if you...
Oh, I had no idea.
Okay.
But the train station is down on sea level.
Right.
And I didn't really know about this until I
Yes.
got there. Got off, I saw
Yes.
Ez is up the mountain.
Yes.
Google said it would take an hour and a half to walk up the mountain. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm too
How
tired.
was the weather? Was it hot
It was
already?
a beautiful sunny day. And I was like, I don't spend my day hiking up this
Yeah.
freaking mountain.
I'm not Czech.
we just went, I'm not Czech, exactly. So there was a little beach there. And Google said there was like a little something, like food place on the
Yeah.
beach. I was expecting like a little just basic beach cafe. So we went there. It turned out to be super fancy. Like the wine list was wines ranging from 100 euros to
Wasn't it
2,500
the
euros.
Golden Goat? Wasn't it called?
I don't
That's
know.
really famous.
But it was fancy
Right.
AF. Like just pasta with tomato sauce was like 40 euros.
Yeah.
It's like 1,200 crowns.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the day I splurged the most.
So you went there?
I went there. It was 7,000 crowns for lunch. 7,000.
Was it good at least?
Not even that good.
Oh, come on.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It was nothing extra. And the wine was nice. But honestly, any wine that's chilled nicely and is nicely presented tastes good to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Next time I go, I want to be more
But
prepared.
so you didn't go to Ez at all?
No.
Next time you have to go. It's really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a little...
I just wasn't in the mood,
Yeah.
for hiking that day.
But you can't, because you didn't have a car, right?
No.
Because by car you can go directly there. You
Oh,
don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
hike up.
No, I don't have a car, sadly.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to French then.
Yes.
So let's learn how it works when you have two verbs next to each other. We've basically touched on this already. That when you have two verbs together, the second one is usually just the infinitive. So if you have like the verb I want, je veux, you can just then stick the infinitive on the end. So I want to see would be je veux voir.
Voir.
How would you say I want to see it? It would be je veux ça voir.
Je veux le voir.
Le voir.
Je
Okay.
veux le voir.
If it's a masculine thing. But if it's
Yes.
a feminine thing,
Je veux la voir.
can you think of a feminine thing that you would see?
Your house. La maison. Je veux la voir.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. I want to speak would be je veux parler.
Yes.
I want to stay, je veux rester.
So what would be I want to speak to you?
Je veux te parler.
Nice. Je veux te parler.
So you would never say je veux parler avec toi.
Yes, you can.
Ah,
You can say that.
is it more emphasized? Or is it the same?
It's the same.
Okay. So these are verbs that I've been improving our crash course leaflet here. So these are the verbs we've got. So would you like to ask me to say some things that combine either I want or I would like plus some of these verbs here?
Can I? I would like. to ask you something.
Je voudrais te demander quelque chose.
Very nice. Je voudrais te demander quelque chose. You want to find a nice restaurant.
Tu veux trouver un bon restaurant.
Restaurant.
Or restaurant.
So we say in French, right, we say bon. Bon is for food. We don't say beau as for how it looks like, because a restaurant has to be good in terms of food. So we say bon because we refer to the food.
Okay.
Kind of, we don't care how it looks like. It has to be good.
Okay.
So I...
Maybe one more.
Yes.
Do you like how we have the verbs, adjectives, and nouns all here?
What I want, I would like. What else?
So what we've got here, we've got
Right.
I think, I hope, I know.
So,
but it's got to be ones that are followed by a verb. So like I want, I would like, I need, and I like.
all right, let's try I need. I need to learn Czech.
J'ai besoin de apprendre tchèque.
Le Czech.
Le tchèque.
And you have to, because it's de apprendre, 2 vowels, so you have to drop the E, put an apostrophe, and it becomes d'apprendre.
Because to need is j'ai besoin de. It's got the de in it. And then the infinitive is an A, so that E and A
J'ai
contract.
besoin d'apprendre le tchèque.
J'ai besoin d'apprendre le tchèque.
Nice.
Okay, I think that's enough for that. So the point is, when you've got two verbs together, second one is the infinitive. That's the
Yes.
normal case. Sometimes there's a de in there, in between the two verbs.
Right.
So I've got the example here of to try,
Yes.
which is essayer.
Yes.
How do you pronounce this, by the way?
J'essaie.
J'essaie. J'essaie de comprendre.
J'essaie de comprendre.
I'm trying to understand. So some verbs will have the de after.
Yes.
And that's just, you sort of just have to learn that
Yes.
over time, which is fine. And some verbs have an a after. Should this be a backwards accent on this with a?
Yes.
So, tu peux m'aider à faire quelque chose.
Quelque chose.
That would be, you can help me do something.
Do something.
Yeah, so after help, we have the a and then the
Yes.
infinitive.
Yes.
I also know that to start, commencer.
Commencer.
So that's also followed by an a, right? Like I started
Je commence
smoking.
à...
I started learning French.
Je commence à apprendre le français.
Je commence à.
Apprendre le français.
So that's something we'll learn over time. It's either going to be just the infinitive, or it's going to be a de, or there's going to be an a.
Yes.
But mostly infinitives. Cool?
Yes.
Nice.
Sounds good.
All right. So shall we have a little break, and then we'll come back for
Sure.
learning new stuff, which is going to be the past tense.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! All right, back in a couple of seconds for that, guys. All right, guys, we are back for new stuff time. So today's the past tense.
Yes.
That's pretty wild. Okay, and that's officially going past halfway. This is now, we've done half. Now we're going into the second half
Wow.
of level 1, okay?
I know it's 20 lessons, but it feels fast to me. I don't know
I know,
why.
but it is 20 hours we've done.
Yes,
You know, and we're
yes.
finally getting on to the past
Yes.
tense. Okay, so past tense then. We've got two pasts, two main ones that we're doing in level 1 anyway, which is the perfect past and the imperfect past. Today we're just talking about the perfect past, which is used for a thing that's finished. One thing that's finished
Yes.
and done. Okay. And there's two ways of how to form it, depending on the verb that you're using.
Yes.
The first one, and the most common one, is with, you say your subject, je, then you say the verb avoir
Yes.
in its conjugation, j'ai,
Yes.
tu as, il
Yes.
a, and then you say the past participle
Yes.
of the verb. Now, for grammar nerds like me and Claire, past participles are it's your bread and butter of grammar.
Yes.
Okay. It just means the third form of the verb. So in English we have, eat, ate, eaten. The eaten is called the past participle.
Yes.
Or see, saw, seen. The seen is the past participle. So we just need to know how to make that third form of verbs. And then you can make the past tense. Because you just do your verb avoir, j'ai, and then you say that third form.
Yes.
Seen, eaten, whatever. How to make it? Really easy. And I've researched this beforehand, obviously. So firstly, you find...
which group the verb belongs to.
Exactly. So that could be either an ER verb like parler,
Yes.
an IR verb like finir,
Yes.
or an RE verb like vendre.
Yes.
So let's start with an ER one. So what you do first is you take off the ER.
Yes.
So parler, take off the ER, that gives you parle, P-A-R-L. That's called in grammar the verb stem. That's kind of your starting point. And then you add an E with an accent on it.
Yes.
So, which is pronounced what?
Parler.
Parler. So the E with an accent is an A.
Et.
So I spoke would be j'ai parlé.
J'ai parlé.
You spoke.
Tu as parlé.
He, she, it spoke.
Il a, elle a parlé.
We spoke formal.
Nous avons parlé.
And the parler does not change.
No.
It's even with plural things, it stays the same.
It doesn't change if the auxiliary verb is avoir.
Which is what we're doing now.
Yes.
So we'll keep it simple.
Yes.
But good point. You guys said.
Vous avez parlé.
So I can say, vous avez parlé quelque chose?
De quelque chose.
De quelque chose. So parler is one of those, it's speak of something? Okay.
Speak about, yeah.
Oh, okay. And they spoke.
Ils ont parlé.
Ils ont parlé. So you just go through your to have verb.
Yes.
J'ai, tu as, il a.
Yeah, it's easy. If you know how to conjugate avoir, to have, then you know how to make the past.
Yeah. Well, now we know how to make it with ER verbs,
Yes.
but we've still got no idea with IR and RE. So let's do those ones now. So with parler, you take off the ER and you stick an E with a forward accent on it. Parler. With IR verbs like finir, again, take off the IR. That gives you the verb stem, which is fin, fin.
Yes.
And then we add an little I. I.
Fini.
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 Fini. So it's pronounced like E.
E.
Fini.
It's a E.
Like ni, fini.
Yeah,
Fini.
definitely, yeah.
So you take off the IR, that gives you the verb stem, and stick an I.
Yes.
No accents on it. Fini.
No accent.
So I finished would be j'ai fini.
J'ai fini.
I finished it would be j'ai le fini.
Je l'ai fini.
Okay, that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
So you put the pronoun before the auxiliary
Yeah,
verb, before
we
the
do.
have.
Yeah.
Je l'ai fini.
Fini.
I would have guessed j'ai le fini.
Yeah.
Like a big dummy.
I never thought about it.
I didn't know.
I never
Yeah.
told you, so.
Okay,
Je
that's
l'ai
interesting.
fini, yes.
So I finished it. So even though these sentences are going to make no sense, let's just make them anyway. I finished you.
Je t'ai fini.
Je t'ai fini. I finished him.
Je l'ai fini.
Yeah.
Or it, maybe.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. All right, that's good with finish, I think. Could you ever say like j'ai fini ça? Like, I finished that.
Yeah, you can if you want to emphasize.
So the ça would not go before the a, like je
No.
ça ai.
No,
Fini.
no. It has to go at the end.
So only the pronouns,
Yes.
the real pronouns,
Yes.
like direct pronouns go there. Okay, cool. Now we do the RE verbs. Okay.
Yes.
So like vendre.
Yes.
Can you say it?
Vendre
Vendre.
or attendre.
Attendre. Take off the RE, gives you the
Yes.
verb stem, vendre.
Vend.
And then you add a U with no
Yes.
accents on it, which is pronounced
Vendu.
vendu. So j'ai vendu, I sold.
I sold. And if you see sometimes some houses are sold, they will write it on, sometimes, they write. And so this is vendu.
Because same as in English, we can just use that third form by
Yes.
itself. Sold.
Sold.
Finished.
So in France, it will be vendu.
Yeah. Vendu. And I saw that actually a couple of times when I was in France. And because I've been preparing this box, I knew it. And I was like, oh, finished. No, sold. Yeah, good. So that's how you make the past with avoir. How cool is that?
Yes.
So you just take off your thing, take off your ER, IR, RE ending, and stick either an E with a forward accent for ER verbs, an I, or a U. Happy days.
Happy days.
So I think we should just, and then you put your, actually I do have a note here, put pronouns before the auxiliary verb. Je lui ai parlé. I spoke to him.
Yeah.
Je lui ai parlé.
Je lui ai parlé. Je lui ai parlé.
Je lui ai parlé.
Nice.
Okay, so I guess now we should try and make some sentences. Going back to our verb box here. So we have all these verbs here. So how about let's try and make some sentences.
Let's try.
Yeah, okay, I'll point it towards you.
Yes. So I asked him. Should I put some pronouns in the mix?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I asked him. So ask is demander.
Yes.
It's an ER verb. So I'm going to take off my ER and stick in an E with a forward line on it, forward accent. So essentially it sounds the same. Demander. Is there
Is
there any pronunciation difference?
No.
So it's j'ai. What was it? Him?
Yes.
J'ai lui demandé.
Je lui ai.
Je lui ai demandé.
Perfect.
Why is it lui? Because it's an indirect object pronoun. Go back and listen to our episode on that, or watch the video on it of it on YouTube. It's because you ask someone something, and if you ever have the verb that's like someone something verb, ask someone something, tell someone something, that means the someone is going to be the indirect object, which is lui. Okay.
I bought a beer.
Nice pronunciation. I bought
I bought.
I bought a beer. Okay, so acheter is to buy.
Yes.
Take off my ER and stick the E with a line. It's going to sound the same. So, j'ai acheté
Féminine.
une bière.
Perfect.
you say-
J'ai acheté une bière.
J'ai acheté une bière.
Nice.
Nice. This is so much fun.
To come, venir is with the auxiliary verb to be. So should I skip those?
Yes, skip them.
All right. Okay. I checked the time.
Okay. So check is vérifier.
Yes.
So I take off my ER and put the E with a forward accent. So j'ai vérifié le temps.
L'heure.
L'heure.
L'heure. L'heure because it's the time on the clock.
Okay.
Le temps is time that is passing.
So it's literally, and means hour.
Yes.
So it's literally, I checked the hour.
Yes.
L'heure.
L'heure.
Which is le heure.
Yeah. L apostrophe heure.
J'ai vérifié l'heure. Okay. Choose one that's maybe not an ER verb.
Yeah. So let's. But those are irregular.
That's okay. We can mention it.
So let's try to do. I did my homework.
So to do is faire,
Yes.
which is an irregular verb. Even though it's an RE ending, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
What's the past participle, which remember means the third form, do, did, done. What's the past participle of faire?
Fait. 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 F-A-I-T.
And guys, if you're thinking, man, wouldn't it be nice to have a leaflet just full of irregular verbs with their tenses and their past participles on them? Well, guess what we've got for you? I'm working on this lovely leaflet of irregular verbs, which has the present tense, perfect tense, imperfect, and theoretical tenses, as well as the past and present participles. And we're working on that right now. By the time you listen, it'll probably be up on the website. You can download that one. That'll be a free one, that one. So, j'ai fait. What was it?
I did my homework.
J'ai fait mes... I don't know homework.
Devoir.
Devoir. And it's plural, mes
Yes.
devoirs.
mes devoirs.
And devoir ends with an S.
Yes,
J'ai fait mes devoirs.
mes devoirs.
Mes devoirs. Maybe let's go for a regular...
A regular...
Is leave regular? IR?
yes, but it's with to be.
So we can't do that one. Okay.
We can use dire to say.
Isn't that irregular as well?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But it's a good one to learn, so let's do it, shall we?
Yes.
So what's the past participle of say or tell?
I say, right, I told him to go.
So say and tell is dire.
Yes.
And the past participle, say, said.
Dit.
D-I-T. So, and you tell someone something, so it's probably going to be the indirect object,
Yes.
I would hope. So it would be je lui ai dit de aller.
De partir.
De partir, to leave. Okay. Je lui ai dit de partir.
Wow, that's a lot of grammar in the one small sentence.
Can you say it?
Je lui ai dit de partir.
Je lui ai dit de partir.
Je lui ai dit de partir.
Wow.
Fast version.
Nice. Okay. This is fun.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Okay. You know what, Claire? I think we should bang through all these verbs. Just tell me the past participles. So we have demander, acheter. What's the past participle of venir?
Venu.
Venu.
Well, that one is regular, right?
That's regular. Check.
But it's with to be. That's why I didn't use it.
We'll get into that in a minute, but
Right.
the past
To
participle is still going to be consistent. So vérifier
Vérifier. Fait.
is to do, to drink.
Bu.
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 What's the spelling?
Bu.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes. Bu.
And it goes with avoir.
Yes.
So I drank would be j'ai bu.
Yes. J'ai bu.
J'ai bu un verre de vin.
Yes. Very nice. J'ai bu un verre de vin.
Qu'est-ce que tu as bu?
Yes.
Qu'est-ce que tu as bu?
Qu'est-ce que tu as bu?
Nice. I can say, est-ce que tu as bu some champagne? Des champagne?
Est-ce que tu as bu du champagne?
Du champagne. Yeah.
Est-ce que tu as bu du champagne?
Yeah. And I happen to know why it's du and not des. It's because it's an uncountable thing.
Yes.
Because des only works for some with countable things, and du works for some uncountable things.
Right.
We're going to get into this in our video on some and any, which is going to be on YouTube.
Yes.
And these are technically called partitive. What are they? Pronouns? Yeah, partitive pronoun. I think partitive articles. Sorry. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I'll take your word on that.
Doesn't matter. Grammar nerd stuff. I like to nerd out. Okay, manger.
Manger with et.
Okay, so regular.
Yes, regular. J'ai mangé.
Qu'est-ce que tu as mangé?
Qu'est-ce que tu as mangé?
Hier
Hier.
is yesterday. So Claire, tell us. Qu'est-ce que tu as mangé hier?
Hier, j'ai mangé des spaghettis.
How do I say nice?
Bien.
Bien? How do I say what else?
Quoi d'autre?
Quoi d'autre?
J'ai aussi mangé une salade.
J'ai aussi mangé une salade. Nice. Okay. To find, trouver.
Trouver normal. So, j'ai trouvé.
Regular. To go.
Aller, but it's with to be.
And it says it's aller, so it's got the, but it's, it's regular. E
It's
with
regular.
With the thing on it. To help.
Aider, it's regular.
To learn, apprendre.
Appris.
Appris, so that's irregular.
Yes.
Not apprendu.
No.
Appris. Written with a A-P-P-R-I.
R-I-N-D. Hold on. J'ai appris A-P-P-R-I-S.
R-I-S. Okay. To leave.
Parti.
Parti, so that's regular.
Yeah, with to be.
To order, commander.
With regular, with a.
So what did you order would be qu'est-ce que tu as commandé?
Perfect.
To pay, payer,
Regular, payer.
payer. So did you pay would be
J'ai payé. Oh, did you pay?
tu as payé,
Tu as payé.
payer.
Tu as payé?
So it's really nice that with the ER ones, the
Yes.
pronunciation is the same.
Yes.
So you can essentially just think of saying
Yes.
avoir plus infinitive, even though
Yes.
it's not infinitive, it sounds the same. Okay, say and tell we said is dit. So what did you say would be qu'est-ce que tu as dit?
Nice. Qu'est-ce que tu as dit?
To see,
Vu.
vu.
Voir
So-
becomes vu.
Again, irregular.
Yes. J'ai vu.
So I saw it would be je, le ai vu.
Je l'ai vu. Le et becomes les.
Is that L apostrophe
Yes.
AI?
Yes.
Je l'ai vu.
Je t'ai vu.
Ah. But if you said I saw them,
Je les ai vus.
so les, and then the S liaises with the
Yes,
AI from
yes.
to have. Je les ai vus.
Je les ai vus.
That's pretty nice. That's when French sounds nice, I think. When you just like do all of your liaising.
Yeah,
Like, je
maybe.
les ai vus.
It also sounds like really monotonous. Yeah.
Not to me. It sounds. I like it. It sounds
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So if I wanted to say like, did you see the movie? I would say, est-ce que tu as vu le film?
Right. And what about negative? Do we learn the negative? Because you're making very nice questions,
Okay.
positive sentences.
So that was good. What I said.
That was very good.
So what do you want me to say?
The negative, right? I didn't see that movie.
Je n'ai vu. Je n'ai pas
Yes.
vu le film.
Perfect.
Je n'ai pas
Vu.
vu le film.
So the ne and the pas goes around the auxiliary verb.
As it would in a normal verb.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then
Je n'ai pas.
je n'ai pas.
And you just add the past
The
participle.
past participle. Yeah.
So what you wouldn't say is je n'ai vu pas.
No, that's
Okay.
wrong.
Okay. Cool. Parler.
Same. Regular. Parler.
To stay. Rester.
Regular. Rester.
So I stayed there would be j'ai.
That's with.
That's with a E.
That's with to be.
Okay. We'll skip that one for now then. To use. Utiliser.
Yes. Regular.
So I used it would be je l'ai utilisé.
Perfect. Je
That's
l'ai
le
utilisé.
est contracted.
Yes.
How would you say, did you use my phone?
Tu as utilisé mon téléphone.
Tu as utilisé mon téléphone. Nice. Got two more. To wait, attendre.
Attendu.
Finally, an RE
Yes.
regular one.
Yes.
So, I waited for you.
Je t'ai attendu.
Je t'ai attendu. I waited for him.
Je l'ai attendu.
So that's going with direct, not indirect, because the person is the person you waited for. It's the direct object. Je t'ai attendu. And to work, travailler.
Travailler. Regular.
Nice.
Nice.
High five. Ugh. We just took a big step forward
Yes.
in our French, because until you learn the past, you
Yeah.
are essentially useless.
limited,
You
yeah.
know? Okay, limited is a nicer word. But it just opens up a whole world.
Yes.
Because how many things do you say in the past? So
Lots.
much.
You tell all your stories in the past.
All your stories, and now we know how to do it. But we only know how to do it with certain verbs. As we kept mentioning, only some verbs go with avoir.
Yes.
And other verbs go with to be,
Yes.
which is être.
Être.
So your conjugation of être, je suis, tu es, il, elle, on est, nous avons,
Nous sommes.
nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont.
Ils sont.
Okay.
Elles sont.
So that's going to be our auxiliary verb now.
Yes.
Auxiliary verb just means that it's the helping verb, it's not the main verb of the sentence. And then you put again your past participle. Let's get into the gender thing a bit later.
Yes.
So when do we use this? I got, from my research, mostly verbs of motion. If there's some movement going on, go and come is movement. Partir is movement.
Yes, that works.
But I'm sure there's some other like exceptions where it's not just movement. So if we look at our verbs that we had here, all of these ones, to think, to hope. Let's just go through if it would be with être or avoir. So I think, I thought.
J'ai pensé.
J'ai pensé with
avoir.
avoir. I hoped.
J'ai espéré with avoir.
I knew.
J'ai su with avoir.
J'ai su. So SU is the past participle. I understood.
J'ai compris.
With avoir. I wanted.
J'ai voulu.
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 How do you spell that?
V-O-U-L-U.
Voulu.
You.
J'ai voulu.
J'ai voulu.
That one just wouldn't really work. I needed.
J'ai eu besoin de.
So eu is the past participle of avoir itself.
Yes, nice.
J'ai eu besoin de.
Yes.
So again with avoir, and I liked.
J'ai aimé.
So all of them with avoir.
Yes.
So avoir is going to be the most common one to use. And again, none of them are verbs of motion. So so far our rules are working. I asked is with avoir. Buy with avoir. Come.
With to be.
Because it's a movement verb.
Yes, that
So
works.
I came here would be je suis. What was the past participle?
Venu.
Venu. So that's irregular.
Yes.
Yeah, venu.
Yeah. No, it's not actually.
But IR is an I ending.
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
irregular.
right.
It's following the
Okay.
RE pattern. So je suis venu
Je suis venu.
ici.
Ici. Je suis venu ici.
J'ai venu ici. Was it?
Je suis
Oh yeah.
venu ici.
Je suis venu ici pour toi.
Yes.
For you.
For you. Pour toi.
I did is with avoir. Drink with avoir.
J'ai fait, j'ai bu, j'ai mangé, j'ai trouvé, je suis allé.
Je suis allé. Liaising between the suis,
Yes.
the S, and the A. Je suis allé.
Yes, je suis allé.
So I went to the shop. Je suis allé au magasin.
Perfect.
And au is à le,
Yes.
to the shop.
Yes.
Au magasin. These contractions really get me. I have to really think about what they mean. Au magasin. Je suis allé au magasin.
Je suis allé au magasin.
To help, I helped.
J'ai aidé,
I learnt.
j'ai appris,
I left.
je suis parti.
And so far, the rules are applying.
Yes,
it's a
yes.
movement verb. Je suis parti,
Parti.
which is regular. Partir, IR, take off the IR, gives you the verb stem, stick an I.
Yes.
Parti. Je suis parti.
Je suis parti.
Why did you leave? Would be pourquoi? Est-ce que tu es parti?
Yes.
Okay.
Pourquoi est-ce que tu es parti?
Nice. I ordered.
J'ai commandé,
I paid.
j'ai payé,
I said.
j'ai dit,
I saw.
j'ai vu,
I spoke.
j'ai parlé,
I stayed.
j'ai resté.
I used.
Je suis resté.
Je suis resté. I
J'ai
guess
resté
this
sounds
does
horrible.
still kind of fit the rule, right? Because even though it's motion, it's a state of not moving.
It's location, kind of. Yes, it's motion.
Because it's kind
not
of
moving.
it's connected to the movement thing,
Right.
but it's not moving.
Yes.
For my brain, it still sort of fits in that
it
category.
works. It works.
Did you leave or did
I
you
think,
stay? Because
yeah.
they're kind of like opposites, you know. So je suis resté.
Je suis resté.
So why did you stay there would be pourquoi? Est-ce que tu es resté là?
Yes.
Or could I use my why as a pronoun and say pourquoi tu y es resté?
Yes. That would mean that you have talked about the location before, yeah?
I'm looking into this, by the way, this
Yes.
e thing.
Yeah.
Would you mind saying that sentence?
Pourquoi tu y es resté?
Oh. And would you do it one more time when I'm ready? Oh my
Yes.
God.
Pourquoi tu y es resté?
Damn. Okay.
Pourquoi tu y es resté?
Nice. I used.
J'ai utilisé.
I waited.
J'ai attendu. Et
I was thinking that one might have been as just sweet, like just from guessing, because waiting is like a state of like you before you move, but it's with avoir.
yeah.
Okay, and I worked.
J'ai travaillé.
Nice. So far our rules have applied.
Yes.
If exceptions come up, we'll mention them.
One that is coming up a lot with my daughter
Okay.
is, I think, reflexive verbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've not got to reflexive verbs yet,
right. So
but
we
I
leave it
believe
for-
they all go with
yes,
être.
yes.
Yeah.
And she consistently make that mistake.
Really?
Yeah, she can't.
So I've got a chance of being better than your daughter,
Yes,
who
on
is
that,
half
yes.
French. Okay, awesome. We should have a showdown one day.
Yeah.
So just one thing to finish off this topic then is when you use être as the auxiliary verbs for those verbs of motion, now the past participle, it doesn't just stay the same for everyone. It now agrees with gender and number.
Yes.
And that sounds a bit scary, but all it means is that if it's a woman that you're talking about, you stick an extra E on it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the pronunciation, right?
It doesn't, I guess, in most cases. But there are some, I don't have an example. There might be some past participle where you have to pronounce this E if it's after a consonant, for example.
Okay.
But I'll have to
Okay.
think about that.
So if you said
But
I
I
went.
think in 90% of the cases.
Okay. So if you're a girl, you stick an E on the end.
Yes.
So je suis allé with your A-L-L-E with a accent on it.
Yes.
And then an extra E
Yeah.
because you're a girl. And if it's feminine, that means agreeing. If it's plural, that means agreeing with number. I assume that means you just stick an S on the end.
Yes.
So we went would be on a allé with A-L-L-E with an accent S. Did you want to say?
On est allé au magasin.
On est allé au magasin. And if that was two girls speaking, we've got the gender and the number. So that would
Yes.
be on est allé, written A-L-L-E with an accent, extra E because you're girls, and then an S because it's plural. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you want me to write it down?
On est allé au magasin. Right.
Like two girls went, and you're saying we went.
It's just that I'm not sure because we are using on, and on grammatically is singular. A is also singular, the verb. So I'm not sure.
That is a question
indeed. I don't think we do.
Can you
do the? I'll research that.
research that one?
Because it makes grammatically it doesn't make sense, but it could be.
Does the past participle match the fact that it's we, or the fact that on conjugates the same as he, she? Interesting. So that's it. You've got to remember when you use the verb être, the past participle agrees. You've got to put an extra E if it's a girl and an S if it's plural.
Yes.
And that's the past tense.
Yes.
Using for one finished thing in the past. Good job, Jacob and Claire.
Very nice.
That was fun.
Yes.
That was fun. So that was episode 20. So next time, we'll just practice putting all this together, making more sentences, conjugating the verbs that we know already. Maybe do a bit more practice of just conjugating verbs in the present tense.
Yes.
ER verbs, IR verbs, RE verbs. Maybe we can start looking at a couple of irregular ones. Maybe we can do like one per week or something.
Yes.
Start building up our verb bank.
Yes.
And then probably the week after that, we'll look at the other past, the other most common past, which is the imperfect past, used for longer lasting past
Yes.
situations, which would translate across to more like a used to.
Yes.
Or like
Right,
we lived
yes.
there for 20 years,
Yes.
I'm guessing, or we lived there for a long time, would probably be,
No, that would still be the.
okay, but we used to live there?
We used to live there.
Yeah. We used to
Yes.
play in this park.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll look at that in a couple of weeks' time. And we're going to keep banging through level 1. After that, we're going to get the future, then get the theoretical. It's going to get real fun. So, guys, that was episode 20. Thank you, Claire. I hope you
very
enjoyed
much.
it.
Merci.
Listeners, hope you enjoyed it as well. Remember, you can find the summary of this where, Claire?
Where? On the leaflet.
On the leaflets.
Everything is there.
And they can download the leaflet on languageswithatwist.com. So you don't have to memorize anything. It's all there, nicely condensed. There's a beautiful box here, right? With all those verbs, all the rules on it about how it works, the structure, the thing about être with gender and number, where the pronouns go. It's all in there. It's lovely. And then we're going to also be making videos of every topic, and you can find that on our YouTube channel. So because we're still pre-releasing videos, I'm having a real hard time, Claire, as I often do, whether we should have one channel, Languages with a Twist, with all the languages on it, or if we should have individual ones like French with a Twist channel.
No, you have
Spanish
to have one channel with all the languages.
Why?
Because it's too complicated to have different channels.
But I was thinking, like, if someone wants to learn French, so they sign up, they subscribe,
let's
and then
say-
they start seeing videos about Italian and German, and they're like, I don't want this rubbish.
That's fine, because when you want to learn a language, you're looking for a language school, right? Don't you? I think.
But if someone's looking to learn on, like, YouTube, I don't know.
Right.
But I was just thinking, like, it might piss people off if they start getting notifications or, you know, in their
Right.
subscription feed
You're
about
right.
language they don't
You're
care
right.
about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about Czech, right? When I'm looking for something to learn Czech.
Yeah, like, wouldn't you want just one channel
Yeah,
that's, like,
yeah.
only Czech stuff?
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah. That's why I'm going to stop saying the name of the channel, and I'll just say, click on the link in the description to go to our YouTube channel. If you like what we're doing here, you can give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Amazon Music, wherever you are listening. That would make us really happy. And we're also on Instagram as well. I put the link for that in the description, and that's where you can see little clips of these podcasts and learn vocab and other fun behind-the-scenes stuff. And if you have any questions for us about any of the grammar we're talking about, vocab, or things you saw on subtitles, or just questions for me and Claire, you can email us at french@languageswithatwist.com, and we'd be really happy to help you out on a future episode. By the way, I forgot to mention that this is our first episode we've done as a test of our video podcast.
Yes.
So if you want to see our lovely faces,
That's it.
you can, I think it's going to be the video version on Spotify and also on YouTube. And so you can go to the podcast playlist. And we've got a nice little setup here, right?
Yes.
So
Really nice.
you can check us out, see what
Very
we look like.
professional.
So guys, thank you so much. And remember, we also have other languages as well. In Languages with a Twist, we have English, Spanish, Czech, German, and maybe Italian as well. If I can find an Italian, which I'm having
still
problems.
looking.
Still looking.
I don't know.
Don't know where they are. They're too busy in Italy having dinner.
There's a guy at the market selling
Is there?
Italian stuff.
All right, I'll go ask him. All right, guys, thank you so much. We're back in your ear holes in 2 weeks' time for episode 21.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.